Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. It's never a good occasion that we have to talk about an officer-involved shooting, especially when it results in the death of one of our citizens. Today, I will be giving a brief synopsis of my analysis into that incident that occurred on January 12th of this year, resulting in the death of Michael Meredith. In order to be justified, the force used by the officer who fired the shot must have been reasonable. Reasonable force is that force which a reasonable person in like circumstances would judge to be necessary to prevent an injury or loss, and can include deadly force if it is reasonable to believe that such force is necessary to avoid injury or risk to one's life or safety, or the life or safety of another person. 2, it is reasonable to believe that such force is necessary to resist a like force or threat. 3, if an alternative course of action entails a risk of life or safety, or the life or safety of a third party. Or 4, the alternative course of action requires one to retreat from one's dwelling or place of business. Reasonableness of a particular use of force must be judged from the perspective of a reasonable officer on the scene. And the calculus of reasonableness must allow for the fact that police officers are often forced to make split-second decisions and judgments in circumstances that are tense, uncertain, and rapidly evolving. Cites omitted. The officers in this incident were faced with an immediate threat of danger on the evening of January 12, 2022. As they approached lot number 6 in Sergeant Bluff, which is where shouts were coming from, those shouts came from an unknown male and an unknown female. An unknown male at that time came at them at a very rapid pace and did have the 4-way tire iron raised as he was advancing. Deputy Groenhagen and Deputy Eric Fay, were put in a position of having to make a split-second decision as each of their individual next courses of action. Deputy Groenhagen was able to back up a few steps and had both the ability and awareness to draw his taser. Deputy Eric Fay, unfortunately, was placed in severe threat to officer safety because of the fast-approaching male and was forced to draw his service weapon. Deputy Eric Fay did shout commands of "show us your hands," but those commands were ignored by Michael Meredith, at which time Meredith did strike Deputy Fay with the tire iron, and that struck occurred to Deputy Eric Fay's left forearm. Fearing for his life and safety, Deputy Eric Fay did discharge his firearm. He discharged that firearm 2 times, striking Michael Meredith once. And in doing so, was able to end the threat. It was not until Deputy Eric Fay felt that his life was in danger that he discharged his firearm. It was reasonable under the circumstances known to Deputy Eric Fay for him to fear for his safety. The investigation revealed that it was only when Deputy Eric Fay was put in position of being rapidly advanced upon by Michael Meredith and being struck by Michael Meredith with the 4-way tire iron, causing Deputy Eric Fay to fear for his life, that he acted with the use of deadly force. Therefore, the death of Michael Meredith is determined to be a justifiable homicide under the laws of the state of Iowa. Again, we did do a thorough review. These are not easy circumstances for anybody, but we came to what we felt was a just result. I do have my complete analysis here available. You can take that. If there's not enough, let me know. I also have a short video of that scene when Deputy Eric Fay was forced to take that deadly force. I appreciate you coming today. I thank those officers that were involved, and I hope they continue to keep our community safe. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here. I want to let you know that when we're done here in just a few minutes, I'll be making. I'll ask all of you to join us at the Law Enforcement Center just across the street. There we have a TV monitor set up. We will play a video that lasts about 3 minutes and 50 seconds, somewhere in there. About 3 minutes of it is just explanation, it's narrative, and then there will be a video from the Sergeant Bluff police officer's body cam, along with just very short excerpts from the body cams from both Deputy Groenhagen and Deputy Eric Fay's body cams from the evening of January 12th. But I would like to just make a few brief statements. And I want to thank County Attorney Patrick Jennings for his thorough review of the officer-involved shooting that occurred on Wednesday, January 12th, 2022. I would tell you that the report in its entirety speaks for itself, and I won't make really many comments about the report. I would also like to thank the Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation for their quick and very thorough investigation into this incident and getting that information to the County Attorney's Office for their review. I would also like to thank the Division of Criminal Investigation, the Iowa State Patrol, the Sergeant Bluff Police Department, Sergeant Bluff Fire and Rescue, and Woodbury County Emergency Services for their assistance on the evening of January 12th. I also would like to thank Sergeant Doug Betker with the Woodbury County Sheriff's Office, who was tasked with conducting our internal investigation. He is a day shift patrol sergeant who was called in to take on the role of the lead internal affairs investigator, and I want to thank him for doing that. I should note that the internal investigation that we conducted revealed that there were no policy violations committed by any of our deputies during the incident. The events of January 12, 2022 have changed many lives forever. Deputies Eric Fay and Devin Groenhagen were forced into a life and death situation and had approximately 4 seconds or less once confronted with the attack. No law enforcement officer wants to be forced to take actions that were taken that evening. But I thank God there are men and women willing to place themselves in harm's way to keep our citizens safe. It is another reminder of the danger that lurks around every corner for the men and women in law enforcement. Our deputies and correctional officers go to work every day and put themselves between threats and the public to keep you safe. They leave their families knowing they may not come home, but they go anyways. They answer the call. Every time they answer the call. And for that, I'm thankful and proud of my brothers and sisters. I'll make some more comments. Well, I'll just finish here. Deputy Eric Fay has over 12 years of law enforcement experience. He started his career with the North Sioux City Police Department. In 2017, he went to the Sergeant Bluff Police Department and then joined the Woodbury County Sheriff's Office in 2020. He is a very seasoned and experienced law enforcement officer. He showed a lot of courage that evening. Deputy Fay is still on paid administrative leave as he continues to process and deal with the emotional effects this incident has had both on him and his family. We will continue to support him, and we will welcome him back to full duty as soon as he is ready. Deputy Groenhagen has been with the Sheriff's Office since August of 2016 and has returned to full duty. When we get over across the street, the video that you will see, it has been edited for time only. There have been some captions placed at the bottom or to the sides of the video, and we edit these videos for time out of respect to the families of everybody involved. You will see that the videos it happens very quickly. And when force is used, it's never an easy thing to witness. As necessary and reasonable as it may be, it's not an easy thing for anybody to watch. So we've edited the videos just out of respect to all of the people and the families that were involved, but you will get a full view of the incident in its entirety leading up to the time that the shots are fired and just a few seconds after that. I would say that after the conclusion of the video, what you won't see on the video, but what I will tell you happened is that the law enforcement officers that were on the scene immediately began rendering medical aid to Mr. Meredith. And it's never lost on me that with everybody having video cameras now, either on their phone, our own body cameras, you see more and more incidents involving law enforcement officers either being shot at or having to use deadly force on people who are attacking them. I've never seen a video where the officers are shot and wounded and go down, and the suspect takes the time to stop and render aid to the officer, the deputy, the law enforcement officers that they have injured. But you will see countless videos, video after video after video, and you won't see it here, but I'm telling you that it happened, that the law enforcement officers who are forced to take that action do everything that they can to compassionately care for the person that they were just forced to use that type of force on. And I think it speaks volumes of the people that are in this profession. Nobody wants to take this type of action. But in the aftermath, we will do everything that we can to care for the people that we're responsible for caring for. So I don't know if you want to take any questions or we just want to end here. I will invite you to come over to the Law Enforcement Center to see the video. I believe, I'll check with the chief, do we have videos, do we have copies and DVDs of the video that we'll show over there? So after we show it, we will, anybody that wants a copy of that, we can certainly give a copy of that. So with that, I suppose...
No, I believe the report, once you read the report, it speaks for itself. Like the sheriff said, and we covered the incident pretty well in our review and analysis of this incident. So unless there are some brief questions, we'll open it up, but I think the report again speaks for itself. Thank you for coming.
Okay, I would just invite you to come just across the street into the Law Enforcement Center. We'll give you several minutes to get your stuff gathered up and come over there.